She arrived at the family dinner carrying the child he rejected, only to be drenched in dirty water by his mother. But when the truth finally surfaced, the room fell silent. No one expected the woman they mocked to own everything they depended on. The rain had barely stopped when Laura Benson stepped out of the black SUV. Streetlights reflected off wet pavement as she rested one hand protectively over her swollen belly. The estate loomed ahead, familiar yet cold. 8 months after the divorce, the ache hadn't faded. But tonight wasn't about pain. It was about truth. "Just a little longer," she whispered, feeling her baby kick softly. "We're doing this for you." Inside the house, laughter echoed, sharp, careless laughter. Daniel Benson stood before the mirror, buttoning his wine-colored shirt, smug as ever. Eva, the woman he left his marriage for, wrapped her arms around him. "She actually showed up?" Eva smirked. "She always needed closure," Daniel replied casually. "Or humiliation," Eva whispered. Neither of them noticed the unease creeping into Daniel's chest. Laura had sounded different lately. Calm. Unbothered. At the dining table, Mrs. Adana Benson barked orders at the staff. "Give her the worst chair. I don't even know why she's coming back." "She was your daughter-in-law," someone muttered. "A curse," Adana snapped. "For years no child. And now she shows up pregnant? Please." Laughter followed. At the gate, Laura paused, inhaling the scent of wet earth and hibiscus. The door opened before she could change her mind. The moment she stepped inside, conversations died. Daniel entered moments later, Eva clinging to his arm. "So," he said coolly, eyes flicking to Lara's belly. "You came." "You invited me," Lara replied calmly. Eva laughed. "This should be entertaining." Dinner was served under forced smiles. Then Mrs. Benson stood. "Let's welcome our former daughter-in-law," she announced loudly, "who suddenly remembered we exist." Eva leaned closer to Daniel. "She probably misses you." Mrs. Benson clapped her hands. "Bring the bucket." Silence. A house helper returned with a bucket of dirty mop water. The smell hit instantly. "Mom, no," Daniel muttered, but didn't stand. "She's pregnant," Kim whispered, horrified. "So," Mrs. Benson snapped. "Pregnancy means nothing these days." Before anyone could stop her, splash. Dirty water soaked Lara from head to toe. Gasps filled the room. Eva laughed. Daniel laughed too. Lara stood slowly. Water dripped onto the marble floor. She wiped her face once calmly. "Are you finished?" she asked quietly. Mrs. Benson scoffed. "I'm just beginning." "You poured dirty water on me," Lara said evenly, "because you think I'm powerless." She looked around the table. "But tonight, you'll learn who holds power." Daniel's smile faded. "I own this house," Lara continued. Laughter, then confusion. "It belongs to Benson Holdings," Mrs. Benson snapped. "No," Lara corrected gently. "It belongs to Orion Group. And I own Orion Group." Silence crashed into the room. "The investment firm?" someone whispered. "Yes," Lara said. "Which employs nearly everyone here, including Daniel's company." Mrs. Benson's glass slipped from her hand. "Check your emails," Lara added calmly. "Contract renewals were sent this morning. Signed by me." Daniel stood abruptly. "Why didn't you tell me?" "You never asked." Eva stepped back, pale. "What happens now?" Lara met Mrs. Benson's eyes. "You humiliated the woman who signs your income." She placed the damp napkin on the table. "All Benson contracts with Orion Group are suspended." The room collapsed into chaos. "This isn't revenge," Lara said softly. "It's correction." She turned and walked out. Outside, the night air was cool. Lara breathed deeply, free. "Lara!" Daniel ran after her. "You laughed," she said quietly. "That's all I needed to know." He tried to explain. She didn't listen. "You don't lose me tonight," she said. "You lost me long ago." She drove away. Epilogue condensed. The days that followed forced Daniel to confront everything he'd ignored. His mother's control, his arrogance, his failure to protect Lara. Slowly, painfully, he chose differently. He cut ties. He showed up. He listened. Lara didn't forgive easily, but she allowed growth. Months later, as she held their newborn in her arms, Daniel stood beside her. Not entitled, not proud, just present. You chose, she whispered. I'll keep choosing, he promised. And this time she believed him. Tone. Just tell me.